time first. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What's up, everybody? It is another Monday. It is Monday, December 22nd, 2025. Christmas
Pretty soon.
is like right over there. I can like see it over off yonder distance.
Just around that corner?
Just around the bend. And we're here in the studio. Sorry I didn't put up any Christmas decorations this year. I've been super busy. Like, if you knew anything about, like, we got Gizmo here. He's a Christmas decoration.
Oh.
We got there's Turbo Man's
I
over
was
there.
about to say, like,
You
we
wanna
have
go-
one.
Just go get Turbo Man.
Yeah, we got one Christmas decoration that's always there.
Yeah, we get Turbo Man over here. We got Gremlins over here. I used to have like holly and garland that I'd put up, but like I put so much like work into decorating Pinpoint, which is this is a holiday explosion for those of you that have never been or don't know about it. And it's taking its toll on my life. But we're here in the studio with you. We're going to be talking to you about movies as we always do. We got Turbo Man right there.
It's turbo time.
Turbo time. Here we go. Boom, boom.
We
boom.
got one, man.
Yeah,
Had to fight off a mailman for that thing.
that's right. Stupid Sinbad. But we got Turbo Man here in the house. We're going to be talking to you later in the show about the new Knives Out movie called Wake Up Dead Man.
You can live there.
Yeah, we can just have
Turbo Man.
We can have Turbo. Here, let me just move my water bottle, and Turbo Man can just sit right there.
Welcome back to Talking Turbo.
Turbo Talk. Yeah, it's deluxe 13.5-inch edition.
Dude, when this movie came out and we walked into Wally World and there was Turbo Man there, I was like, need it.
Mm-hmm.
My brother,
Turbo Man was fire.
yeah, my brother and I both had one.
But anyway, yeah, we're going to be talking about the new Knives Out movie, Wake Up Dead Man, and we're not talking Jesus. We're talking Ryan Johnson films. But yeah, and then we're going to tell you what's coming out in theaters this week. Not a whole lot because it's Christmas week, but we're going to talk about Christmas. Just seeing movies around Christmas, things. It's just the theater is such a cool place to go on Christmas. It's one of the few places that are open on Christmas, and that is a tradition that me and my family have had for years and years and years. It's go watch a movie at the theater and go eat Chinese food. And this year, we're probably going to go to Kobe, and it's not Chinese food, but it's hibachi because it's open. Although I'm going to try and figure out and see if Sunny's Stir Fry is open because Mong Dynasty is closed this year on Christmas, and I'm just like, what? Because that's normally what I do, and I'm just like, I just kill myself with crab rangoons because their crab rangoons are the best. But not this year, guys. But we're gonna be talking to you about all that fun stuff. So before we get into all of that, it's a news week. Things happened. It's been a week. There was a handful of news things that popped out. Everybody's talking about Avatar: Fire and Ash or whatever it's called because it came out last weekend.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about it. But I saw this one article because people have been talking about the Supergirl teaser to the trailer teaser, and somebody mentioned why there was an article about the DC ultra-violent R-rated Lobo movie, and apparently in 2016. Jason Fuchs, he was the showrunner. He's the current showrunner of Welcome to Derry. He wrote a script back in 2016, right after all the success of Deadpool, and he was like, "Yeah, they amped it up to 11." And in a podcast this week on Happy, Sad, Confused, he talked about it. And he's like, "Man, of all the favorite things I've written that didn't get made, I think it was the Lobo script that was his favorite." He said the tone of that Lobo was Guardians of the Galaxy if Quentin Tarantino had directed it. It was hard R-rated, psychotic movie, very violent. It made Deadpool look like a Disney film, which is probably why it didn't get made. But that was one of his favorite projects he never got to see across the finish line.
I think if all a Lobo movie is just pure violence, then it's really kind of missing the point of it. I think a Lobo movie
It's probably like a lot of wisecracking and bad guy getting.
Yeah, I think a Lobo movie would do really well if it was like him going his like journey to heaven and hell and being kicked out of both of them, and that's
like Bill and Ted.
Yeah, even though he has like his healing factor where he can regrow from next to nothing and he basically can't die, but when he finally did, he got kicked out of both hell and heaven because he's just the worst. I think a movie like that would be a lot of fun. Something that's like just a very Lobo-centric,
but comedy.
something like that. Yeah, I think there's ways to do a Lobo movie to make it fun, where it's not just all about the violence, but it's about what a ridiculous premise Lobo is to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it would, and I still think it needs to just be animated. I don't think a live action. I think animated has to be the way.
There's that ancient fan film that they did. It's a Christmas Lobo. It's like Lobo and Santa. Like the Easter Bunny is hiring Lobo to go get Santa because Lobo has had several run-ins with Santa. In fact, one of the most famous Lobo comic covers is him all decked out in like
Holly
rockets
Jolly.
and guns and all that stuff, and it has like Santa there and everything. But yeah, there's a fan film, and it's done really, really well. But it's from forever ago, and I think you can generally only find the first half. Finding the second half's tough, but
it's the internet. It's out there somewhere.
People probably found it now that more people
are into Lobo right now. But on a sad note, the other big news of the week, Rob Reiner. You know, it's almost so tragic that I don't even want to talk about it. I don't think we need to talk about what happened because that's still an ongoing tragic situation. But Rob Reiner was arguably one of the cooler directors, I don't know, ever.
Dude, Princess Bride.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
You know, this guy was just. I mean, to go back through all of his movies and just his guest appearances, he was an actor, he was a director, but a lot of times he would just play himself. But, you know, you think like some of the best 80s and 90s movies that just ever did, you know, Few Good Men, Misery, like he did comedy.
I didn't know that he did Misery.
Yeah, he did comedy, but then he also did like things like Misery, When Harry Met Sally, Princess Bride, Stand By Me,
That's a good
like
movie.
Get Out of Here, Spinal Tap. You know, just all these really, really, really great movies that just really shaped a generation of people. And, you know, and he was an actor in so many things and just kind of a good dude. A good dude. And then he was also in the This Is Spinal Tap, the Spinal Tap 2, you know, and that was very recently. And just very, very, very sad, very tragic bummer of that one, you know, because it wasn't just like, oh, he got old. It was yikes. This is horrible. This is you know, it reminded me of like Phil Hartman back when that whole thing went down, and it's like, oh, yikes. So Rob Reiner, awesome guy. Been in the biz, actor, director, writer, producer, you freaking name it. Yeah, All in the Family. What are you talking about? Like this guy. But definitely gonna be missed. Lived a very long, amazing career. I'm gonna have to go watch Princess Bride again because holy crap, that movie's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. Okay, well, that sad stuff out of the way. Let's talk about some other news. The new season of whatever Fallout 2 is out. People talking about that. Walton Goggins, no nose, doing the gunslinging ghoul thing. I haven't watched any of season 2, but have you?
I haven't watched any of season 1.
Oh, did you not?
No.
Did you play the game?
I've played some Fallout, but I didn't get on the big Fallout train. No, not really.
Oh man, well, the movie was pretty good. Like I enjoyed it, or not the movie, the show, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with season 2. I did not play the game at all, and maybe that's why I kind of was like, this is fun, but that is out. I did finish the Mighty Nine season on, or I think there's maybe one more episode on Amazon Prime, and it's also really, really good. I think you should watch it, Jake. And I know
What
you
is it
won't.
again? What is it?
It's the Critical Role guys.
Oh, yeah, that's not
And-
for me.
It should be though. It's so good. I think you'd like it.
I don't know.
It's so good. It's so good, and this one's so much better than the Vox Machina. It's so much better.
Is it?
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
think we talked about
We
it.
did talk about
The
it.
Vox Machina would just do things like overly
Yeah.
adult things just to do it.
I
and
think it was to get an audience. They were trying to
Yeah.
hook the audience.
It was just like, shock value, or like just to show that they could and-
cuss and talk about wieners.
Yeah, and it just totally pulled me out of any time. And anytime I was like, well, this is kind of cool, whatever they're doing. This monster they're fighting, and they're like, but what if dicks? And you're like, okay, well.
And there's a little bit of humor, but not the same as Vox Machina. Not the crass stuff.
Yeah.
And
Maybe it's that I also don't. I'm not a fan of those like actors and voice actors that do the Critical Role thing so much.
you know that I
for
think
the
they're
most
coming
part.
to Fayetteville in March.
Are they?
Yeah, they're going to do I think it's totally sold out. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons immersive whatever at the Walnut Center.
Is Brennan Lee Mulligan gonna be with him or no? Because I know he's doing a thing. I like Dropout. I like Dropout stuff. Just not any of the role playing, like none of the D&D stuff they do. So if they were all doing that and they did a separate like comedy thing, or like
No, this is D&D stuff.
okay, yeah.
What else is in the news? What do you got in the news? Most of my news
Man,
is all like Fallout or
Yeah, everything has really been like taken over by Avatar. There's the never-ending battle for taking over WB. Paramount is like just getting so upset about stuff. Netflix keeps throwing more money, and Paramount
They're
keeps
just
throwing
going
more
back
money.
and
And
back
now
and back and back.
CEO dudes are like, "Well, what if we give you even more billions of dollars?" And it's just absolutely ridiculous because they were like, well, we'll pay for it with stock option things, like because the way that money market works. And some dude's like, I'll literally give you 40 billion real dollars on top of like other things. And it's like, what the hell is going on? It's insane. So that's wacky. Since we talked about the Lobo thing a little while, since we were gone last week, because you had your DJ Christmas there.
Yep.
We didn't get to talk to the people about the Supergirl trailer, and you get to see Lobo for like a frame.
Yeah, one frame. If you pause it, and he's
a
also
frame.
shadowed.
Yeah, someone went in and color corrected it so that you could see Lobo through that. But the rest of the trailer looks like absolute poop garbage.
Sure does.
Because all it is just bar fight after bar fight after bar fight.
drunk.
And in the Superman movie, all it is, it's plot hole.
It's like
trailer, right?
It's drunk girl and wacky dog.
Yeah. But it's just it's nothing but plot holes, because in the Superman movie, they're like, yeah, Supergirl likes to go to these far off planets with red suns so that she can get wasted. And then, it's like, one, how does she get there and back? She can't fly through space if she's in a red sun area. Like, her body can't hold on to solar energy that long. I mean, Superman gets punched 3 times and he needs to go through a super recharge. So there's no way that she's able to fly back through space with no powers in a red sun galaxy or a red sun solar system. And then this whole movie is that she has all of her superpowers on one of these red sun planets. She has strength and speed, and she can take on an entire bar's worth of superpowered aliens. And none of it makes any friggin' sense. And it's just the dumbest, most ridiculous thing in the world.
And I'm pretty sure, this whole movie is going to be dumb and
And
ridiculous.
throwing Lobo into the mix doesn't help at all. It doesn't do anything. I've never liked that idea from the beginning, and the trailer just solidifies that. So, Supergirl trailer's out there. You can watch it, and as long as you turn your brain off and, maybe you can not give a crap long enough to sit through the trailer, and then do that enough times and
then
rot
why-
your brain.
and-
You can watch the movie.
Yeah,
maybe.
you put the money in, and you'll be like, well, that wasn't as good as I thought it was. But then they'll be like, ha ha ha, we got your money anyway,
Yeah.
idiots.
Which, talking Superman, they have cast Brainiac for the Superman sequel. He's some dude, but, that's a thing. So we know that Brainiac is going to be the villain there. One cool thing that was in the Supergirl trailer that's just been totally glossed over is that the city of Kandor, the one that ends up in the bottle.
Oh, yes.
The city in the glass. It looks like that is going to be in the movie. And so I don't know if they're going to do like they've been doing in DC, some of the games and things like that, where Brainiac has all of these collections of little cities of his own, kind of a thing. But I don't know if Brainiac's like the one to jump to for a second movie. He goes from fighting a clone Superman and living through Black Hole River
to ultimate bad guy.
Yeah, to going to Brainiac. Yeah, I mean, where do you go from Brainiac is kind of my question.
It's Darkseid. But they already did that.
What do you do after Darkseid?
You don't.
Exactly. Like
that's it.
You're upscaling far too quick. You need to have villains in Superman movies like Metallo or
well, it was like the old Spider-Man recipe or the old original Christopher Reeve Superman recipe. It's like we got this guy, you know, we got this the bad guy is this guy, not the fate of all universes from here into other universes, multiverses is in the balance. Like it just needs to be this week we had to save Boston.
Right.
And
well, and if they have Superman be the one that takes down Brainiac, or if they bring in the Justice League or Super Justice Friends or Super Squad, whatever it was called, like I don't know, it doesn't seem like they're going to have enough characters to really justify being able to take down Brainiac or have him as like a big threat. So that was there's been a lot of upsetting DC movie news. Maybe Netflix will buy it and be like, hey, we can already see this ain't gonna work. Or maybe Paramount will just become the biggest movie company on the earth and they'll be like, this is dumb, James Gunn is not doing it.
Well, and other disappointing James sequel news. I don't know if you heard about this because, of course, James Cameron getting a lot of attention right now because of Avatar.
Parasite would be a great one.
But in a couple of interviews today, James Cameron confirmed that there is another Terminator movie coming, but also
from him.
But confirm he's like working on the script, but he has confirmed that Arnold Schwarzenegger will not have a part in it. And he says. What did he say? He says, I can safely say that Schwarzenegger won't be in it. It's time for a new generation of characters. I insisted that Arnold had to be involved in Terminator Dark Fate, and it was a great finish to him playing a T-800. But there needs to be a broader interpretation of the Terminator and the idea of a time war and superintelligence. I just want to do new stuff that people aren't imagining.
So, yeah, I mean, if it's in the future, or something that would be cool. I mean, what do you do?
Well, here's the one part of the interview that, and this might help the thought that you're trying to form right now, is in the interview, it, he talks about how that, the Terminator franchise was started before a lot of this super intelligence and AI and all this stuff was coming in. So it was sequels to the story that were existing in a time that's not similar to now. But now, he said, quote, there are a lot of narrative problems in the Terminator universe that we still need to solve. He said the biggest is how do I stay enough ahead of what's really happening in our world to also make it science fiction?
Okay, so I think one of the things that continually makes the Terminator movies not good is that it tries to position itself in the future of where we are instead of sticking with the future that the movies had already set up.
Right.
I think if they would.
Do you think audiences could like jive with that? They go, no, this is an alternate timeline, like the alternate 1985.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they would have left it alone and been like, yeah, 1997, this is what happened.
And everything changed.
Yeah, or it's like this happened in the world that we set up, which put it on like this different path. So people, like, instead of them being like, oh, well, now Skynet's just an app on your phone, dude. Like, that was dumb, where it was like, your tablets are taking over. Like, that was dumb. But instead, if they would have made a world where they're like, oh, people didn't go that far because they're like, no, that could make Skynet or something. Like, they could have done so many different things and kept it feeling like Terminator. And I think being like, yeah, Schwarzenegger's not going to happen. That's fine. I understand. He's old and you can't just have an old Terminator.
Just
yeah, I mean, But at the same time, I don't know. I want to see what James Cameron decides that what's his involvement is what I need to know, I guess.
James Cameron?
Is he directing?
It says he's writing. He's trying to write the screenplay, right? Get the premise, get the plot. Yeah.
I think if he has more control over it, it might be okay. Maybe. I don't know. Dark Fate sucked.
Yeah, he just said that he wants to just do something completely different, and that sounds like the ramblings of an old guy that's got a lot of money and wants to, and has done things very different.
That's fine.
So.
I mean, I guess as long as they don't murder off John Connor in 3 seconds again, like leave John Connor as John Connor and the savior of the future and the most important person that there could ever be, but have him have the Terminator be anywhere except California. Have him go somewhere different, and John Connor's...
Yeah, what happened in France during all of that?
John Connor's doing his own thing, and maybe it's a movie about a different Terminator trying to take out one of the other resistance leaders elsewhere. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. And then you could have a totally different Terminator. You could avoid John Connor, because it's like, yeah, John Connor's doing his thing. That's a thing that's happening, or put it in the future of the world that Terminator 3 set up. Where they came out of the bunker and the world has been taken over by Skynet, and it's the in-between times or something. I mean, I don't know. Figure out something that works, but don't just give us more crap like they did. Was like, okay, well, but this time John Connor does this.
It's a different time loop. Time loop.
I hate that idea.
Also, did you watch the new Odyssey trailer?
I didn't, but I did read about the Odyssey movie where they're like, clearly we're not going to give a crap about historical accuracy.
Anything historically accurate.
We honestly don't give a damn about the book or history or anything that mattered.
But those costumes look rad.
Yeah, they're like, so clearly we're not taking any influence from anything real that was Grecian at all. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, they're doing a historical epic, scratch the history. Get bent.
Christopher Nolan, I know a lot of people worship this guy. I have probably been on record many times on this show being like, I don't understand the big deal. Like, he's made some good movies, don't get me wrong. But I don't know why he managed to be like the de facto auteur of all bro-bras in the history of movie time, because everyone's like, no, dude, greatest director ever, Christopher Nolan. Did you see Inception? And like, yeah, I did, and it was about this thin of.
How many times have you ever gone back to watch Inception? You don't.
Once, and I was like, one time, yeah, I don't know. I think this movie visually will be pretty freaking cool, but I'm not excited about seeing this movie.
I want to see more of the Cyclops, and I want to be able to see Poseidon. I need more of that movie to determine whether I give a crap or not, because so far their whole thing of being like, screw your historical accuracy, with every ounce of our being, we hate you for wanting this movie to be what it's supposed to be.
The movie that I'm more excited about is the Luc Besson Dracula that's coming out in 2026, because Luc Besson is another one of these directors that sometimes it's fantastic, sometimes it's a hot pile of steaming garbage.
Yeah, well, I mean, he gets a pass on making stuff weird because of
a lot of the movies that he's made,
except for the personal relationships in his life. He doesn't get a pass on that, because don't read up on that. He's done some bad things.
But I am super, super, super excited about seeing this movie, because it just looks over the top.
Well, it has a lot of things you're interested in all in one.
All in one, baby.
Yeah, horror and vampires and Luc
Besson. And Christoph Waltz. And yeah, dude, I'm set. More trailers of that has dropped recently, so that's why I was kind of mentioning it. Did you have any other news things before we just drop into new movies and all that kind of stuff? I mean, it's just been
really wasn't all.
It's been like
Avatar. Well, the Terminator thing, actually, yeah. While we were gone too, Terminator 2D was released. The video game. the side scroller beat 'em up Terminator
Have you
game.
played it yet?
No, I really want to. It's the cost of a real video game,
Whoa.
and apparently
Is it awesome?
people have
Is it
said that
long?
it's really good.
More than 20 minutes?
It's like 45 minutes long.
Is it an Xbox thing?
Yeah, you can actually go buy a physical copy of it. I saw and the box is thick. I saw the PS5 version the other day. I'm like, why is that box thick? I wonder if it comes with an instruction manual, like an old Super Nintendo game. It looks awesome. Everyone that's I've watched the reviews on that have played it are like, yeah, it's exactly what you want. It fills in story gaps from T2, and it's made by people that cared.
So what you're saying is I need to dust off my Xbox, and so in the break that I get in January, we're gonna be playing it.
Yeah, dude, it looks really good. It's like a fine-tuned Super Nintendo game, and it looks really cool. They did say that you don't get to play as the Terminator that much. There's a few levels where
Who do you play as?
Sarah Connor.
Well, it's multiplayer. You just multiple Sarah
I don't know
Connors?
if it has multiplayer,
Well,
honestly.
then I don't want to play it.
It might. It'd be cool if you get to be...
Like Streets of Rage, man, or TMNT, dude, or Final Fight, or AVP, or all those cool classic side-scrolling beat-em-ups.
Yeah.
You got to have a buddy.
Yeah.
Double Dragon.
Oh, well, yeah. Or Metal Slug.
Metal Slug.
Yeah. It looks cool. I didn't know that physical copies of it were going to exist, so that's really cool, too.
Simpsons.
You can have it.
Sunset Riders.
So
The Avengers.
Oh man,
All
you're talking
multiplayers.
about you're talking about Captain
X-Men.
America and the Avengers with the white vision that was so cool to have, and Hawkeye was so badass. Dog, I loved all those games. Shadow Riders was a lot of fun, or Sunset
Battletoads.
Riders. Dude, Battletoads was my jam. Man, those are my games. You're
so
talking
good.
my games.
But
man.
they were all multiplayer.
Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons side scroller. And the best move was to get the dwarf so that you were closest to the gold that would drop on the ground.
Oh, the Dungeons and Dragons game. They
I
did 3, and they did the Shadow of Mystaria was the coolest one because they had the most characters. And,
Yeah.
oh my god, that game was so good.
Me and some friends played that, and I got the dwarf, and I just picked up every little piece of gold on the ground while all of them were fighting
There were
stuff.
shops, and there were different paths.
There was
and you
also Knights of the Round.
could- Knights of the Round was
Dude,
awesome.
That game rules.
That game was so good.
Dude,
Magic Sword,
yeah,
awesome, but all multiplayer games.
you're right.
You don't
Anyhow-
the point is you don't do a single player beat 'em up.
Well, I don't
That's
know.
dumb.
The point of this game really is that it's made by people that love Terminator, and it shows through the game. I even saw a deal about how you can. You're Arnold in the biker bar, and you beat up the bikers while you're naked. And at the end you get the jacket and the gun or whatever. And the boss of the levels, the bartender that comes out with that mare's leg. So there's a mode where you can put boxers on him, and the boxers is like a whole behind the scenes like Terminator deep cut, where that's what it's the same pair of swim trunks or boxers that Arnold wore when they were filming the scene. So yeah, dude, it's made by people that actually care about what they made.
It is confirmed that it is a single player game.
Maybe there will be an update later on,
Single player, but that escaping the motorcycle mode.
It has more than one mode. So there's maybe the story mode single player, and they can add a multiplayer into a boss rush mode later.
Yeah, man. Damn it.
Anyhow, looks awesome. And it's relative to movies because it fills in some story gaps, and it's done by people that care, and you can live the movie like you're playing on a Super Nintendo. So.
Music is a weapon. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's talk about what's in theaters right now. Obviously, we were not here last week, but to no one's surprise, the movies that came out, we kind of mentioned it a while back, but we had The Housemaid that came out, David, Marty Supreme, SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Search for SquarePants, and Avatar Fire and Ash. Marty Supreme is actually playing here, and it's in 6 theaters, and it's playing here.
I didn't see it when I was looking through.
It's an AMC, and it's only playing one showing a day.
That was something I learned too. At least at our local AMC, the Markiplier horror movie, that's the AMC only thing.
Oh, the Scream Unseen or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. It's coming out on the 30th of January or something.
Oh.
Tickets are already sold out.
Dang.
Yeah, at least at our local AMC. So I imagine that that's kind of going to be similar everywhere.
Yeah. So those are the movies that came out the last weekend that are currently in theaters, and we're going to talk about how those did later and when we do the box office. But this week, the ones that are getting added to the pool, Anaconda, which you've probably seen the trailer 100 times. I am mostly excited about this because Steve Zahn can do no wrong.
That's Steve Zahn's really good.
Why he's not top billing in this movie? It'd be like Steve Zahn in Anaconda featuring Jack Black and Paul Rudd, because Steve Zahn's hysterical.
Yeah,
and
he in what's that movie with him and Jack Black, and Jack Black like eats the chip. He's like, this one nacho. I think it's the one where like Arlie Ermey's like their gay high school teacher dude. I can't remember what that. It has Saving Silverman. That's what it is. He's really good in that.
He's good in
Sahara.
Sahara is like the best.
He's so good in that movie.
Love Steve Zahn. But anyway, Anaconda's coming out. If you haven't seen the trailer or don't know what it is a spoof sequel remake of the original 90s Anaconda film.
It's a meta sequel.
Meta sequel. These two guys in college loved the movie, wanted to remake it when they got older, decided to try it out, go to the Amazon or wherever, try to remake the movie, but then end up running into a real anaconda, and then hijinks ensue. It's rated PG-13, so it's not like it's a horror movie or anything. But it looks pretty funny. I don't know.
Ice Cube's back.
Is he?
Yeah, I saw a thing that was in the news.
That's funny.
Ice Cube has a cameo,
but not. Why am I blanking on his name? John Voight.
Is he not in it?
I don't know.
He needs to be.
He needs to be.
He was the bad guy.
The most unbelievable. Like you at that age, John Voight just didn't seem threatening already. He was just like, push this creep into the water. Like, why is he still here? But anyway, Anaconda. I'm gonna go see it this week. That's the movie that we're gonna go see with the family. Because I did not the idea of sitting through 3.5 hours of Avatar with my uncle's 4-year-old son. Also, I was like, no, we're not gonna do that, or I'm not gonna do that. Y'all can go. I'll go do something else. So Anaconda's in theaters this week. Also, Song Sung Blue with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. That movie is coming out this weekend. I think somebody in our comments, maybe it was Tony Jones. It's the Neil Diamond movie. There was a Neil Diamond Broadway musical that's out right now. It was in. It's touring the country. It came through Fayetteville not too long ago. I gave my parents tickets to that. And that's pretty much it. That's coming out in theaters this week. We've got and it's just going to kind of sit that way until after the new year. There's really, really not much coming until, January is a little bit anyway. So we will see. Be a lot of TV catching up and on, I think, while people do their New Year's resolutions and stay at home. But yeah, Avatar's the big one. So there you go. Okay, well, I guess we need to review the movie that we said we were going to review, right? We need to talk about Wake Up Dead Man.
Oh, yeah.
We need to talk about Wake Up Dead Man. We need to talk about Foghorn Leghorn.
Did you watch it?
Of course. Okay. Dude, anything that's like...
You hated Glass Onion so much.
Of course I did, but I love an Agatha Christie style whodunit. You know I do. I like the clue. I like the candlestick and the conservatory bullshit. Like that's what I'm into.
Okay.
Even though Benoit Blanc as a character,
Well, good news for you, because in Wake Up Dead Man, Benoit Blanc is barely in it.
And also a terrible detective.
So this movie, that's the biggest thing, is like its character that solves the crimes is barely in the freaking movie.
Yeah.
He's not even or barely a main character in this movie.
He's like a confusingly gay detective sidekick who comes in and goes, well, I done never seen a mystery quite like this one.
Yeah. Oh, now if you had done the reading at home, you would know there's only one solution to the mystery. Yeah. He's barely in the movie. It's mainly
Josh O'Connor.
The Josh Show.
Yeah.
With Josh O'Connor and Josh Brolin. and they are the entire movie, except for when Glenn Close is there just killing it.
Yes, she steals every scene she's in.
She is very good in this movie. She's probably the best part.
Well, and another actor that I thought was very, very underutilized was Andrew Scott. I really, really, really like Andrew Scott.
They tried, every time they would talk about him, they would be like, here's some intense character detail, and then you don't really get to experience any of that. Totally wasted character. Mila Kunis served no purpose in this movie.
Yeah, she...
Like, why did they need a big name actor to be a bit part of being like, hey, I think you did it because I'm a cop and you look like you did it. And she's like, well, but here's the man that solves mysteries and he doesn't think it was.
It was an ensemble cast that didn't really get utilized. I mean, Kerry Washington, an amazing actress.
All she did was
smoke cigarettes,
get mad.
And then Thomas Hayden Church, who's also really awesome. He
barely had any speaking lines.
Sat in the garage and drank a beer. You had Jeffrey Wright, who is one of the greatest talents.
He was on screen for less than 2 minutes.
2 minutes, total. Maybe.
The beginning and the end, and nowhere in between.
And then, like, who else? I mean, Jeremy Renner, who's a pretty good actor, and he had his time.
Yeah, he just also didn't do a lot, but he was there. He was on screen. But that was the biggest drawback of this entire movie, is that it was almost half the movie was set up. Mm-hmm. And then you got
and it was so long.
It was. That's what I'm saying. The entire first half of the movie was set up for the rest of the movie because the crime-solving bit was barely there. Benoit Blanc was not on screen hardly at all.
And there wasn't a lot of mystery, I didn't think.
No.
They were just like, yeah, the guy's dead. But then all of a sudden, like, they throw a jewel heist in it in the very end. I'm like, whoa,
what was that
jewel?
About? I mean, and from the very beginning, I was like, well, that person did it.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
And it was like, well, you know, I think it's going to be a Orient Express type thing. It's just like, but which of them is it? But you already have half the mystery solved just because you just know.
And it's kind of, well,
and then
this
when
is no
like,
spoiler. But,
oh, this was that person. And you're like, clearly.
And it's kind of all of them at the same time. Like, that's classic Agatha Christie. It's like
yeah, I knew it was that person from 30 seconds after seeing that person.
And that's what makes movies like this one feel so long, because in 30 seconds in, you're just like, oh, well, they already mentioned the door, the Messiah door, and I'm like, okay, we kind of figured this. We know what's happening here. We know blah blah blah, and then you got to sit through about 2 extra hours of well, I'd never.
Except you don't, because he's not there.
He's not there, and it's the goofy-eared Friar Tuck man that comes in and is like, I used to be a boxer, and I killed a man once, and I'm ashamed of the guilt.
Yeah.
And Josh Brolin's character, you know, he's the body, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's in it more as a dead man than some of these other characters, which is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It's acceptable as dumb entertainment.
As a whodunit.
But it wasn't a great whodunit. It like...
No.
You know, I like the procedurals, right? I like the crime-solving things. I like Monk and Columbo and...
What about Blacklist? Did you like Blacklist?
I like the clips on the internet of Blacklist only because
James Spader's amazing.
James Spader's like, but what if screw you and now you're dead, and everyone, and I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. But if sitting through the show, you're like, oh, come on, when does this dude like hurt somebody?
So they need to make. I think they need to make a Blacklist supercut where it's only like 3 seasons instead of 8.
That show got better once because it started out where he was like arrested by the FBI, and they're like, now since you're a bad guy, you're gonna help us. Give us your blacklist.
And he's pulling the strings the whole time.
But then, like 2 or 3 seasons in, when he breaks free from that and is doing his own thing, I think that's when people were like, "Oh, now this is a good show."
And spoiler alert. I mean, it's been out forever and it has 8 seasons, but he's like the main character lady's mom.
He's her mom.
He's her mom. Yeah, she was a Russian spy. And then she undergoes she underwent, you know, you don't see it in the show, but she went through all this amazing, insane, like inexplicable plastic surgery to become whatever Reddington or whatever, and who's like the Dread Pirate Roberts of the bad guy world.
Is it the whole time? Or
Yes, it's the whole time.
so you find out in the show that the whole time he's been someone's grandma.
That's the whole stretch. Is like, what is his relationship to this lady who's in this movie or in the show, who's the main character, and he's very protective of her. And you're like, well, maybe he's her dad, and it's like, no. And then you keep finding out all these things. You're like, well, how does he know her mom? Turns out he's her mom.
That's stupid. And I saw his death scene from that series, and I was like, wow, that's how they ended this show. That's so dumb.
Like the first couple seasons are great, but then you're just like, okay, you're gonna stretch out us not knowing that that's his mom for 6 more seasons.
Well, as far as this movie goes, you know, I think it would have been better as a not Benoit Blanc movie, or not as a like named detective movie. Because the whole point of watching a named detective movie, like when you watch Columbo, you want to see Columbo. And when you watch Monk, you want to see Monk. And when you watch Sherlock Holmes, you want to see Sherlock Holmes. And so, yeah, like Knives Out, and especially Glass Onion. Glass Onion got a lot of Benoit Blanc. And, you know, it's so dumb. It's just dumb.
Okay, so that's interesting that you say that, because Benoit Blanc was the best part of Glass Onion.
Yes.
Like, everything else
100%. The movie was around him.
Yeah, and it's like, I didn't like that movie because the surrounding parts were bad, but he was great.
Yes.
And then Knives Out was a balance of the two. It was a cool mystery.
A good movie.
It's a good movie. And then Benoit Blanc was great. This was like, well, we're gonna give you all this kind of wet noodle sort of murder mystery, and then stamp Benoit Blanc on it.
Yeah, I really think if they did like a Benoit Blanc cut of this movie, it would be a lot better, because the setup takes far too long. The payoff is not satisfaction.
It's not satisfying at all.
Because you're like, I knew it, like half of it at least, you know, and the reveal isn't shocking at all. You're not like, oh wow, I was totally confused. You're just like, oh okay, that's how they did it, you know. And all of that just really does, it makes it very wet noodle. You're right, like, because there's not any kind of satisfactory payoff. There's not like you feeling like you're engaged in the mystery. It's just dumb. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. So, and all of the characters that are there that could have been great, because they're like, this dude built a moat around his house and stood up knight armor because he's a crazy
weird
author.
guy,
and
like, played by an amazing actor who plays really good weird guys.
That could be really cool. And then they're like, oh, this doctor and his family left him, and he'd do anything to have his family back, except he's a drunk butthole now. And all you see is like him being, oh, I sure am a drunk butthole. Like Thomas Hayden Church's character, they're like, yeah, he's the most loyal dude, and he's like, you can rely on him, and he's always there, and he lives in the woods. He watches an old tube TV and records sports games on a VCR. And
this character building that could have been great.
And all he did was go,
and then get a knife in the chest.
Yeah. So, man, a lot of underutilized talent, a lot of underutilized characters. Like, what's the point of having all these characters when not one of them
contribute
does
anything,
a damn thing?
Well, that's why I think I always liked the Kenneth Branagh, Agatha Christie, the Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, because
you get
Poirot.
You get lots of Poirot, but then these all-star cast members that they throw at you all get to have their little moment in the sun, which makes a cool whodunit, because you're like, well, this is a cool character. Maybe they did it. This is a cool character. Maybe they did it. And, you know, this movie had all these people that could be cool characters, and they only focused on the one who did it, and it's pretty obvious who fucking did it because he only had screen time.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's clearly the person that I thought was evil the whole time?
Yeah. Oh, man. And
you're telling me the one with the attitude is the one that acted on that attitude?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that the camera keeps pointing at in every scene.
Yeah.
Like, oh gosh, golly gee willikers. They sure did pull the wool over my eyes.
Yeah. Now the one thing I'll say, since that picture's pulled up, when there's some Benoit Blanc mystery solving and he sees something that no one else sees, and when they're like, oh, here's the thing that's clearly a deal that we missed. And he's like, no, actually, it was this other thing that you never even thought about the whole time, and I've decided not to mention at the time. And it was like, okay, that's cool.
Where was more of that?
Why'd you hold out on it the whole time? So, I mean, it was It was something that was.
He did say something like, "Oh, I made a mistake and did not. I shouldn't have held back so long. Now we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Get in the car."
Yeah, that one bit of like detectiving you did at the very end of the movie, where he's like, "I saw this, and so I knew it was about to happen." I was like, "Well, that's cool. Where was that detective the whole time?"
The whole time.
Yeah, and since Star Punch said like, wasn't Batman only in 20 minutes of Batman '89? Yeah, but you also had Bruce Wayne, and you had other stuff going on. Like, Batman in the suit isn't what all of Batman is about. But a friggin' Benoit Blanc mystery is all about Benoit Blanc. And when you don't get him, it's not that you have a Bruce Wayne and a Batman to share screen time. You don't have like a...
Because Bruce Wayne is still working the case.
Yeah, you don't have like a two-character split Benoit Blanc. You just have the one guy, and when he's not on screen, it's
not the right movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, Wake Up Dead Man right now, currently on streaming on Netflix. It's again, if it's cold outside, you need something popcorny to watch, like it fits the bill. It'll make you want to go watch other movies. Like when I watched this and I got really sad that Andrew Scott wasn't in it, I was like, man, I want to go watch Ripley again, because that's another kind of fun, cool mystery deal. And he absolutely kills in that. And I mean, yeah, any of these, like, there's so many better Mila Kunis movies out there that you can watch. So many Josh Brolin movies out there that you can watch. Kerry Washington, like, just go anything. They all came in here to like be forgotten.
Yeah, you can look up all their Marvel movies. Like, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
but Thomas Hayden Church was Sandman. He was Spider-Man.
Yeah, and you got Hawkeye, you got Sandman, you got Ben Grimm's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at them all. Look at them all.
You got Thanos.
Yeah, he's there. They're all there.
You got a Stormtrooper. But the main character's fine. I think if it wouldn't have been a Benoit Blanc movie, it would have been fine. But because it is, and when you don't get him, it
leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. So I wish that there was an Agatha Christie like Christmas movie, or like a Christmas mystery, and then that maybe Kenneth Branagh would reprise his role one more time and do like the holiday Agatha Christie. You know what? Since we got the internet in front of us, I was like, is there an Agatha Christie Christmas book? Let's see. It says she has
Poirot's Christmas.
Several Christmas-themed works, most famously the novel Hercule Poirot's Christmas, also known as Murder for Christmas or A Holiday Murder, featuring a murder of a dysfunctional family reunion on Christmas Eve, and the collection of Poirot short stories, The Adventure of Christmas Pudding. Holy shit!
It's also a locked room murder, just like...
Wait a minute. Okay, if y'all are listening, people out there that seem to steal all my ideas and make them 5 years later, how cool would like an anthology style series be where it's The Adventure of Christmas Pudding, and it's like a 3 or 4 hour, like a 3-parter miniseries of all these mini Christmas Hercule Poirot mysteries? Like, that would be badass, you know? Oh man, that'd be so cool. Or just do Hercule Poirot's Christmas. Why is Kenneth Branagh not on that? Because the royalties on that alone, if it became like a Christmas classic that people would watch every year.
Some TV channel would show it all the time.
And then get some really good composer to do like a good Christmas, like, you know, film score that like falls into the lineup of like, oh, well, it's this time of year, Polar Express music. No one watches that movie anymore, but we're still playing the music. So royalties. And man, like resurrect the dead corpse of Vince Guaraldi and like let me get some more holiday jazz out of that thing. Yeah, dude. I want a Hercule Poirot Christmas. That's what I want for Christmas. Anyway, all right. Well, we need to talk about box office. That's what's up, because that movie didn't make any money in theaters because it wasn't in theaters for more than a day.
I was about to say it was
just for a day.
Like 2 or 3 days, yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do what we always do. Jake's gonna give you the top 10 movies in America. I'm gonna put Turbo Man back here, And we're going to give you some international numbers, but mostly domestic. So, yeah, here we go.
At number 10, still hanging in there, Durandar, in its third week out. Good job. $670,000, bringing up to a little over $8.5 million here in the U.S. And then opening at number 9, Marty Supreme, ping pong movie. I was on the ping pong, the ping pong team.
Ping pong time.
First week out, brought in $875,000 for the little Timothée Chalamet movie.
6 theaters, like it made so much money per screen. Like,
yeah, almost $146,000.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Pretty good for it. And you said we were showing it here a little bit.
There's a screening of it. Like there was one tomorrow.
That's crazy. And then climbing from the number 11 spot into number 8, Hamnet. It actually lost theaters, but went up. That's crazy. Yeah. It made a little under $1 million, $918,000 for it, bringing it up to $8.8 million in its month mark week there. So, I hope that's something that they were.
Good job, Hamnet.
Hoping for is money wise, but to climb after losing,
that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then at number 7, dropping from that third spot, Wicked for Good in its 5th week out, brought in $4.8 million, bringing it up to $321 million here in the U.S., another $164 million elsewhere in the world. So it has $485 million.
I think it's slowed down a little bit faster than they thought it would, especially overseas. So
I don't think the second one had the same audience that the first one had.
Yeah.
And then I think everyone rushed to it, got it out of their system, and then just kind of moved on. And especially if everyone found out that the songs for it weren't really
as good. Yeah.
Yeah. No sing-along version for that one. And then at number 6, dropping from the number 2 spot, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, third week out, brought in $7.6 million, bringing it up to just under $110 million in the U.S. Another 93.5 elsewhere, so it's a little over $200 million so far, which is probably big money for a movie like that.
Oh, yeah, that's big money.
And then at number 5, losing the top spot. 4 weeks out already? Jeez, man. $14.5 million brought in by Zootopia 2, bringing it up to $283 million in the U.S.
I know. The worldwide numbers. Yeah.
What? Almost $1 billion elsewhere, bringing it up to $1.276 billion because international market alone has made almost $1 billion.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
That's unbelievably insane. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Jesus, man. At opening number 4, SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants, $15.6 million for it. It's another SpongeBob movie. It's CGI. I know a lot of people are like, I want to watch a SpongeBob movie, and then they saw that it was CGI, and they're like, I don't want to do that anymore. So maybe they'll do okay. I don't know what SpongeBob's audience looks like these days, but it's out there. There's another movie. And then at number 3, The Housemaid, $19 million brought in by Sydney Sweeney's TDs. So, it's there. It's a thing. And then they're already talking sequels to that movie, by the way.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, which is stupid. Stop making sequels of these movies like that. And then opening at the number 2 spot, David, $22 million for an Angel Studios movie.
Yeah,
that sounds
David and
like
Goliath.
A lot of money for that movie studio. And then taking the top spot, wouldn't you guess it, Avatar with $88 million in the U.S., another 260 elsewhere.
I feel like the thing with Avatar is we all just know that it's not about the movie anymore. We just know we've been. It's a response where we go click, must give it money.
Now I have seen people.
It has to stay the biggest money thing.
I saw a picture earlier, and it was like this dude standing up, and he was like saluting the screen or like pumping his fist or something, and it was like the movie, and someone said, now this is why we go to the movie. So I guess visually it's
okay.
Everything
looks like every other one I've seen. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched any of them, but it's one of those things where for some people it is the spectacle of just that being on a big crisp screen. And maybe that's what they say they're going to the movies for, is like, I want to see something that's just gonna make my eyes
just be too much visuals.
Yeah.
Well, all right, gang. Well, that is our box office roundup, and that is our show. Thanks for tuning in. We have a happy holiday Christmas.
Yeah.
Like it's there. It's coming up.
Hope you get what you want on Thursday morning.
I hope Santa Claus comes and sees you. If you get a Mogwai like our little gremlin here, follow the rules. If you are confused at what we're talking about, don't forget to watch us live every week, Monday nights, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you're listening to this podcast, wherever it is you get podcasts, we do it live. You can see it on Facebook Live, Twitch Live, or YouTube Live every Monday night. You can subscribe to all that stuff on our link tree, drivingspeakerbox.com. You can get in our Discord, chat with us when we're not here in the studio. And, yeah, I guess that's it. Merry Christmas.
See ya.
Later.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you.